What are the most common ways to die? Well, in this video, we're going to find out, and hopefully find out ways that we can prevent ourselves from dying in these ways. Starting things off with the least likely way to die, and it is a falling elevator, which has 27 deaths per year, and then being locked in a hot car has 38 deaths per year. So the 27 deaths per year from a falling elevator, you can prevent this by lying on your back and covering your head and bending your knees. I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely terrified of lifts on elevators. I cannot do them. I do not like going in elevators. If it's above floor 6 in a hotel, I will take the elevator, but there's no other way I'd get in it. Like, there's no way. If I'm on floor 5, I will walk up the stairs. I don't know why, I'm so scared of them. Then being locked in a hot car, the best way to get out is honking the horn or hitting the window with the seat buckle. 80 people per year die from a tornado, and then 130 deaths on average per year die from a plane crash. And the best way to survive a tornado is go to the lowest room and put a mattress over your head, and then a plane crash is running to the back 5 rows because they have the best odds of survival. Or if you sit in 11A, because that one guy on that India plane crash somehow survived sitting in 11A. Then 200 deaths per year are from being choked out in a headlock, and 250 are falling through ice. And in high altitude exposure or hypoxia, there is 300 deaths per year, and a gas explosion is about 550 deaths per year. The best way to survive a gas explosion is to stay low and evacuate as quickly as possible. And hypoxia is just don't try and climb Mount Everest. Don't do it. Just don't put yourself in that position in the first place, and you won't die from it. And the same goes for falling through ice. Don't climb on ice on a lake. You're just going to fall through and die. 600 people per year die from dehydration in the desert, and then 850 people per year die from building collapses, and 1,000 people per year die from being submerged in a vehicle. That is terrifying. That is probably one of the worst ways you could die. Being in a vehicle, being strapped in, being claustrophobic in a little space, and then literally drowning. That is horrible. If you can't tell, I'm very claustrophobic. But 1,000 people a year die from this. The best way to survive it is unbuckle, roll down the window or break the window, and then swim up to the top. If you can't swim, if you can't break the window or open the door, then you're just gonna die. 1,500 people per year die from severe allergic reactions, and then 3,800 people per year die from choking on their food. If you're choking on your food, you've got to produce the Heimlich maneuver on yourself. I saw a video on it yesterday actually. You've got to get your thumb, push it here, and push it up. It's meant to really hurt, but then it will get the food out of your throat. Then 7,000 people per year die from electrocution, and that is just, you're cooked. Like, literally, you're cooked. Like, you are literally gonna cook from the inside out. There's no real surviving this. 20,000 people per year die from hypothermia, and if you are having symptoms of hypothermia, remove all your wet clothes and huddle in the corner to try and get as much body heat as you possibly can. Surely not. 24,000 people per year die from lightning strikes. That cannot be true. Siri, how many people per year die from lightning strikes? What? 24,000 globally? Wait, I just didn't believe that. That's insane. Wait, what? That's crazy. 24,000 people a year die from lightning. What the f? Then every year, 26,000 people die from tsunamis, and the way you survive that is going to high ground as fast as you possibly can. And then this is a big one, carbon monoxide poisoning. Hold your breath, get out as soon as you can. But I believe with carbon monoxide, you cannot smell it. It's like a smellless gas, so that's why it kills so many people, right? I think, let me know in the comments down below. 32,000 people per year die from landslides, and then 40,000 people die from wildfires. And to survive a wildfire, move uphill and against the wind because the fire won't come towards you. 50,000 people die a year from earthquakes, and 59,000 people die from rabid dog bites. Rabies, absolutely not. I believe if you have the bad symptoms of rabies and don't get it treated before it spreads, you have a 99.999% chance of dying. So make sure you get your injections if you ever get bitten by a dog. If you don't know if it has rabies or not, just make sure you get your injections. 70,000 people die from heat stroke. That is a lot of people. Cool your body with water if you want to survive this. And then 84,000 people die from radiation exposure, and then 97,000 people a year die from fights. If you want to survive a fight, run. Do not get involved. If anyone ever pulls out a on you, just run. I promise you, if anyone pulled out a on me, I'm gone. I'm sprinting. I'm 10 toes. I'm absolutely running away. I'm calling the police as I'm running as well. Like, I'm gone. There's no way you're catching me. Save a life. Don't pull out a great. 138,000 people a year die from snake bites, and 180,000 people per year die from house fires. If you're ever bitten by a snake, then you're pretty much cooked, because if they're proper venomous, like, and you're in the wild, you're not gonna survive. Like, you pretty much just better sit there and just look up and hope it's a nice, easy death. But house fire, you can definitely escape, lay low, avoid the smoke, cover your mouth with a wet cloth, and get out as quick as you can. 195,000 people a year die from burning alive, and wait, whoa! This guy didn't survive! He was in this house fire, and then he went over here, and now he's dead. He's not here anymore. Oh no! I feel like I just witnessed a death. I have. 236,000 people per year die from drowning, whereas 236,000 people as well die from being caught in a flood. 250,000 people die every single year from getting shot at, and the best way to survive getting shot at is 1, don't get hit, and 2, run away from the shooter in a zigzag pattern. You just better hope that they can't shoot very well. If they aim at you and you're doing like zigzags and they're just gonna miss, that's great. So 250,000 people die from getting shot, and then 360,000 people die from actually getting stabbed. So not a fight, not when both people have a knife, just when someone's getting stabbed. But if you do ever get stabbed, do not remove the object. Do not do it. If it's in your arm and you pull it out, you're an idiot. If there's a knife in your arm, leave it in there. It's gonna hurt, but you've got a better chance of surviving if you leave it in. Let the doctors in the hospital deal with pulling it out. 420,000 people a year die from food poisoning, and then 600,000 people a year die from malaria, whereas 630,000 people die from AIDS each year. And the way you protect these things is malaria, you better sleep under an insect repellent netting, and HIV/AIDS, always use protection. Yes, you should always use protection. 684,000 people die from fall damage each year, whereas 1.1 million people die from car crashes, and 1.2 million people die from diarrhea. Whoa, that is a lot of people dying from diarrhea. I did not expect that. The best way to survive from fall damage is relaxing your body and hoping you land on somewhere soft, whereas a car crash, let go of the steering wheel and just don't brace, stay relaxed. Whereas diarrhea, you'll die from dehydration, so drink a lot of water. 1.5 million people a year die from kidney disease, whereas 1.6 million people die from diabetes, and 1.8 million people sadly die of the Alzheimer's disease, and 1.8 million people also die from cancer of the lungs. But even more than that is alcohol poisoning. 2 million people die per year from alcohol poisoning, so if you've ever had alcohol poisoning, you could have actually died, whereas 2.6 million people die from pneumonia, and then 6.5 million deaths per year are from a stroke. And the way you survive a stroke is by lying on your side and staying still. And if you're around anyone, they should know the FAST acronym. Face, arms, smile, talk. So the face will droop to one side, the arms, they can't hold them both up, the smile, they'll be like that, and then one would droop to the side, and then the talk would be slurred. So if anyone ever has that, call the ambulance immediately. 9 million people die per year from starving, whereas 9.7 million people die from cancer, and 11 million people die from sepsis, and then 19.8 million people per year die from heart disease. So these are the most common ways people die. Make sure to like and subscribe. Oh, and one more thing. Bye.